Still can't think of a voice to give Iris or Gina. Did you sleep last night, Mr. Narrator? No, not at all. Yeah. How about the enormous beds? After my time, spent the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to the other. Oh, yes, it really was the sort of night you can only dream of normally. Except whenever... Yeah. Oopsie. Yeah, sorry about that. The bed was so impressive and the entrance so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking. And lodging house in Japan, some money would put a roof over your head for a whole year. I did try, but... Ah. I really am sorry. Ah, London is a scary place. Ah, good morning to you, sorry, Oh, yes, well... Good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. We have come to... Yeah. Sato-san is amazing. She doesn't bat an eyelid, even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart. Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation into British courtroom practices. Oh, yes, it was very eye-opening, thank you. And in accordance with the instructions, Lord Strongheart, Mr. Nahoda performed his duty to the end. Yes, I've already been apprised of events. You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider it trespassed. Oh! No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer. My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such remote eastern land. Thank you very much. So I'm a lawyer now? Now, in view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust not going to be a problem. The culpability of the defendant has not at the present time been established for this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to prefer judgment. Well, Lord Henseeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella... Yeah, you wouldn't expect an innocent person to make an outburst like that. I just can't help wondering. Mr. McGill really was innocent. The truth, and then the trial ended. Well, you needn't let it trouble you for a second longer. Sorry? What do you mean, not so? Magnus McGillicuddy passed away immediately following the trial. No. What? Mr. McGillicuddy is dead? I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk. Converse. I don't understand. What happened? How can he be dead? After the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you presumably recall, an omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom. Try to make it not as cringe-inducing as the one I gave him on my last playthrough. Yes, of course, that was the scene of the crime which Mr. McGillicuddy had been accused of. Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up in flames. No! How could such a thing have happened? That is being investigated as we speak, but already... The police have identified the corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of McGillicuddy. That's awful! The man must have slipped inside whilst the bailiff's attention was elsewhere. That bailiff really needs to pay more attention. And how could that have happened? That is also being investigated as we speak. As an inspection of the omnibus? No, not to my knowledge. I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of examining the carriage. But who was Mr. McGill talking about? Never mind that now. The man is making a thorough investigation. This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police. So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was... Wow! It's never heard of me that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history. Oh god, the voice virus is gonna be fun because it's gonna be a blend between a British accent and wow, Susato-san, such way words. And you seem to have a feelings for now. The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world. Learn all you can. Most advanced in the world, is it? It was fortunate that your very first trial was a simple trial. Simple? Now simple? As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose. I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case was anything but simple. The circumstances of the case were so incriminating I was stunned when I first heard them. I am still finding out to believe that we managed to get a favourable verdict. Is something funny? No, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent. Wouldn't you agree? Well, I don't know about that. Well, never mind. You exceeded my expectations. I freely admit that much at least is an undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I've prepared a new case for you like I mentioned before. What's going on? What was he going to say before? Could you perhaps give us some... Yeah. Don't tell me it's a murder and the trial starts in 10 minutes. Don't worry, it's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment. In fact, this case is completely different. Oh, I see. Did you just read my mind? That is to say, no one has died, as yet. And the trial will not be today. There's plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise. So the trial's over. Is everything alright? Oh, yes, I'm just a little confused, that's all. I was trying to work out a voice for Gina, but... Well, it's left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer. Almost no... I'm never been standing in that courtroom again after Mr. McGillicuddy's trial. Ah, yes, I nearly forgot. There's one similarity with yesterday's case. Once again, there is currently no one to advocate for the defense. Oh? If the situation remains unchanged, the trial will start tomorrow and the defendant will be presented. And if that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome. Most ever ending for the defendant. Yes, that's right. Ah, here we go again. Your time is up. You will have to excuse me. I would advise you to begin making preparations for the trial. After all, the clock is ever ticking. There is now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until the court sits. Last time I mentioned 23 hours, he said there was plenty of time. And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There's something I should like to ask you. Oh, what's that? Yesterday, you remarked upon something. That you intend to see the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Sogi? I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. They wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world works so they could change ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself. And there's another thing. Another thing. Continue. On the way here, on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important that I have to do. Something very important. And what exactly is that to do? He never had a chance to tell me. Suppose he would. We are out of time. Well, thank you for enlightening the discussion. Mr. Holder, what's all this about? I urge you both to focus your attentions on the matter at hand. We're taking the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to advise you with details. How long has he been there? So, I wish you the best of luck and bid you farewell. There's something very important I have to do. Kazuma-sama, what do you... I wish I knew, but honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we had better talk to the detective, don't you think? I hope I'm just imagining it, but... could we trouble you? What do you think? Only weather, innit? What's the weather got to do with it? God, I had a perfect Cockney accent earlier, but now it's just slip off my tongue. Listen to me, young Japanese upstart. Some filthy about the weather. Don't get every English Jenny in now your hand, you know. Sato-san told me you're school for me. I'm a busy man. I'm a real busy man. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here having to get likes of you are talking to. I'm ever so sorry. Can you imagine what the other officers never be saying? Haven't seen Gregson anywhere. No, he's too busy with the big wigs. trying to remember what accent I put on the other. And all because of some bumpkin who's here on the jump from a country I never heard of. Hear that ripping sound? That's my reputation on the yard, going to tatters. Doesn't mean to rip us apart as well. I didn't believe it been... yeah. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. Really. It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it? What was the accent upon earlier? I'm from Manchester, which has a completely different slang to London. Some season may fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine. Unbelievable. How'd you pull that off? So, Lord Stronghart has asked me to fill you in on the case. Name's Tobias Gregson, Inspector Gregson, are you? I'm from Scotland Yard. Gregson? Inspector Gregson? Oh, what you talking about, boy? You ain't got nothing to do with me. Oh shit, what is that fucking accent? It's Susato-san. Does the detective's name mean something to her? So, about the case that the Lord Chief Justice mentioned before. Nothing to tell, really. As far as we're concerned at the yard, it couldn't be simpler. Oh dear, that probably means... as far as we're concerned, it couldn't be more complicated. I'm sure wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right. A young woman was walking along the pavement on Via Road when she was walked up from behind. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she still laid up in hospital unconscious. That's despicable. So cowardly. I suppose you would have finished whoever it was off of Susato takedown, would you? That is neither here nor there, Mr. Naruto. Face yourself, Inosuke. You've angered her now. Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest. There must have been something. God damn it! What accent they're putting earlier? Let me stop you right now. You're wasting your time on this one. Sorry? There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke now. Why ever not? Simple. The prosecutor that's been assigned to the trial tomorrow is Lord Baron von Zieks. No. Sounds like you've heard of him then. God. With my fucking Mancunian accent, there's no way to make that sound less any less cringe. Lord Baron von Zieks, who we faced in Cornwall yesterday. Mr. McGildy told us about the trial, didn't he? And von Zieks stands for the prosecution to call the accused of sacrificial lambs. And in every single trial which has been prosecuted, the accused has been damned. Yeah. I'm mad, David. God. I got one voice in my head and I just changed it to another. I think of the best way to represent it because I've got a sense of mank in me as well. God, I always have the right voice in mind, and then as soon as we have ready to put on paper, it goes blank. What happened to that bloke in the end, eh? He's dead. Magnus McGilda came trapped in that omnibus when it went up in flames. So you can't really say you saved the defendant, can you? God, it goes from one extreme to another. What are you saying? Look, if Van Zeeks could get the dirty stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. But that's not how it goes. He don't work miracles, he works magic, black magic. I'd have a good long think about that if I were you. Are we really supposed to believe that? Why do I always get about 5 voices per character? Inspector, are you perhaps... Nee, Inspector Gregson? Hello, Gav. See, now I can do it just fine, but as soon as it comes to... in that publication. What's it called again? Advanced Magazine? That's right, Inspector Gregson, Mr. Sholmes, and yeah. Really? You've arrived at Mr. Sholmes? That's incredible. Oh, well, I don't know about that. Mr. Sholmes ain't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time. Mr. Sholmes is pretty complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You read? Yeah. That's his highest praise. Again, hello, Gav. Why is it when I say things like that, I can know the voice, but when it comes to saying full sentences with dialect, my mouth is just put blank. That is not. And thanks to that magazine, my name is known all over London town now. That's great, isn't it? I have to admit that the start with I was a little, well, flattered by all the intentions. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation on the yard went through the roof. And that's wonderful. No, it is not. There's nothing more sinister than... God, my voice is changing again!